is Anne Marie MacDonald, and I am one of the middle school science teachers at Columbus School for Girls. CSG have been taking students to Stone Lab on field trips for just over 30 years. I am in my 21st year here, so it's my 20th trip, but the school itself has been going up there for 31 years, according to some of my colleagues here. I would say that it creates a greater awareness within the students of what real science looks like. You're not behind a computer, nor are you behind a book all the time, but you're actually getting down in the dirt, if you will, or down in the lake. You get wet. You have to learn how to dress appropriately. You might have to change 2 or 3 times a day. So when you come back to the classroom, they really have an appreciation of what you do as a scientist.
My name is Wendy Eck. I teach at Genoa Elementary. We're located in Genoa, Ohio. Just taking things that we speak about in the classroom to real world and applying it in real life. We talk about, the quality of our water when we get algae in Lake Erie and things like that. And, they don't really understand what that does to our ecosystem, and actually seeing it firsthand, being on a boat, and some of them have never been on a boat before. That was their first time even on a boat. And actually being the person that collected that information and putting it in real life lab data for other people to learn from it, I think that was pretty awesome.
My name is Parker Soros. I'm in 7th grade and I go to Columbus School for Girls. I think my favorite activity to do at Stone Lab was probably the bio cruise, because I got to pull in the net after getting fish out from the water, and there was many tools that we got to use that I didn't know were a thing. And one of them was called the Secchi disc, which you use to put into the water and someone looked down until they couldn't see anymore, and it shows how far the sunlight goes down into the lake. We also used a tool that measured the wind speed, the wave height, and the temperature of the air and water. I felt like a true scientist, and getting to work with everyone that works there made me feel even more almost accepted into the community. Personally, I work better with actual hands-on experiments because I feel like I learn better and I can get more in depth with the project we're working on. There's so many other aspects of the project you can learn than just learning on paper or from a computer where you just are learning notes. You can see the actual thing you're working on. I feel like I bonded a lot more with people that I didn't usually talk to as much, especially because we were hands-on working together and we got to do projects together and we just got to hang out, and I liked that we could hang out but also still be doing science.
My name is Julia Jones. I'm in 7th grade and I go to Columbus School for Girls. I would say Stone Lab's different than a normal classroom because in a normal classroom you're usually just taking notes, learning a lesson, and going on to the next class. But at Stone Lab, you're doing actual activities. You're going outside. If you're learning about fish, then you're dissecting a fish. You're not just sitting and listening. You're actually doing things. A story that stuck with me is probably when I put the fish's heart on my wrist and it started beating in sync with mine, even though it was outside the fish's body, because I thought that was really cool and kind of scary at the same time. I was definitely grossed out by it, but it was also really fun to see it. But in the beginning you're that's disgusting, but then you're that was fun. I think it's helped me a lot because I didn't know how much I really liked science just sitting in the classroom, but then when I dissected fish and actually did stuff, I realized I like it a lot more and I really want to learn more about it.
There's a wow factor. It's nice to see them come alive. Things that I've tried to prep them for before we go, they see it firsthand, and for me that's a win-win.
Stone Lab is, I think, probably one of the most beneficial field trips that we've ever been on, to see that real world experience and what they're applying to our ecosystem and how important that is. And to see that you can actually go to school for this, and a lot of the kids were really interested in what did they go to school for, and kind of taking away that higher level learning and maybe what they might want to do when they grow up or what they want to go to college for, because they can actually stay on this island and do these things. So I think that does make it extra special. They still talk about it. My kids still talk about, remember when we went on the Stone Lab, and now realizing, hey, like our lake's like right there. Like when we show them the lake on a map, like now they know this is where we live and this is what we have to take care of. So I think it just puts everything in a different perspective for them.
We get very positive feedback, not just from the students themselves that go, but also from their parents, how much they enjoy the outdoors, because we also don't have them bring phones or anything. It's an experience in nature. I know that we've already penciled in our dates for next year because the excitement of the girls every year is, I can't wait to go on the Stone Lab trip. Even though they go on a little trip in 6th grade, and they'll go to Washington, D.C. A lot of them come back still at the end of the 8th grade and say, Stone Lab was the best field trip. And I agree.